How's it going, guys? Victor here, back with the video. Finally, I know I've been out for a little while. Been a little busy with a lot of things. I go to school right now. I'm a college student. I've said that previously in some of my other videos before, but I will be graduating pretty soon, and finals had me pretty locked up with a couple other things. But I'm glad to be back here with a brand new video and sharing the topic that I will be talking about right now with you guys. And that topic is going to be Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, why this has to be the fight to make, and why it has to go down in order to make history later this year. Now, as we all know, there are 4 titles when it comes to boxing for every single weight class. There's the WBA, the WBC, WBO, and the IBF championships. Every weight class has 4. And for the heavyweight division, Deontay Wilder has one of the titles, and the rest of the 3 all belong to Anthony Joshua. In order to unify these belts, these 2 men have to face off against one another. In order for that to happen, both these men need to win their fights that are coming up in the next month. Now, Anthony Joshua is locked up against Ruiz. That's going to be happening on June 1st. And Deontay Wilder will be facing Dominic Breazeale, which is going to go down this Saturday. Now, both men are basically going to win their fights pretty easily, I say by knockout in the early rounds, probably before the 6th or the 7th. And after that, I do believe that there will be a future altercation between these 2 men here in New York City. Now, the reason why I say that is because Wilder will be fighting first before Joshua. Joshua will be fighting here in New York City against Ruiz. That's going to go down on June 1st. And I know for a fact that Deontay Wilder will be there in person to watch the fight go down. These 2 are rivals. They've been trash-talking one another for the past couple of years now. They've been fighting. They've been begging to fight each other, but it hasn't been done. These 2 sides haven't come up for the contract yet. These 2 sides haven't agreed on anything. But I believe if these 2 men actually win their matchups, then this fight is going to go down. But as I said, Deontay will be at Joshua's fight. After Joshua wins, Deontay is going to enter the ring. Deontay is going to confront Joshua after his victory against Ruiz. There might have to be extra security because I do believe this altercation is going to be pretty heated since these 2 men really don't like one another. After that, it's going to be great for the sport of boxing. It's going to be good for the promoting. It's going to be good for the marketing. It's going to be good for the ticket selling, the future commercials, everything. If this fight actually does go down, it's going to have to go down during the end of this year, December or November, in a very huge venue. I'm thinking either Jerry World, the Wembley Stadium, Madison Square Garden, Staples Center, you name it. It's got to be in one of those places. Either men don't really care where they have to go to. Joshua has stated before in the past that he is willing to go to the United States in Wilder's own backyard to face him. Wilder has stated that he's even willing to go all the way to England to face Joshua in his backyard. Both of these men are game. Wilder's obviously a knockout artist, and Joshua has knocked out his fair share of men as well. That's why I believe that this fight isn't going to go the distance. Someone is going to get knocked out just because of how many knockouts these 2 men have together during their whole careers as a whole. Now, how long will this fight go? I'm saying this fight might go at least 8 rounds, 8 or 9 rounds at the max. And it's going to be high pace. And if anyone gets too emotional in this fight, that's the person that's going to lose. Deontay has gotten very personal. He has gotten very emotional. He even stated this week that he might even plan on killing Breazeale. He plans on taking his first body in his whole career just because of how high the tensions have been between these 2 men. Now, if Wilder does take these emotions with him against Anthony Joshua, claiming that he wants to have his first body in boxing, that's an automatic loss right there. Whenever Wilder has carried his emotions with him before, he's gone a little bit sloppy. We all know Wilder doesn't have that traditional, he doesn't have that crisp boxing that Anthony Joshua does. Anthony Joshua is a little bit more polished than Deontay Wilder. We all know that Wilder likes to swing for the fences, while Anthony Joshua likes to pick his shots, be patient, and knock his opponents a little bit later than Wilder likes to. But that's the beauty of the matchup. It's a wild card. We don't know who's going to come out victorious. We don't know who's going to come out the victor. We don't know who's going to get knocked out in which round. That's why this fight is so intriguing, and that's why we need this fight to happen. It's the most anticipated heavyweight fight that's going to happen in years, ever since Vladimir Klitschko and Tyson Fury fought each other just a couple years ago. I believe it was 4 years ago they fought each other to... Actually, no. Klitschko had all the championship belts. Tyson Fury challenged him for all the belts. Tyson took all the belts, and Tyson lost all the belts just because he got suspended for 2 years because he tested positive for PEDs. So Tyson Fury had never lost the belts, and as a result, now 2 men hold these 4 belts. Joshua 3, Wilder with 1. There has to be a unification. These belts have to come together somehow, and I believe that is going to happen by the end of this year, and it's going to be one of the best fights we are going to see. It's going to be the best fight we'll see in... Basically, I'm not going to say boxing history. I'm not going to say it's going to be an Ali versus Frazier type of vibe, not even close to that, but it's going to be a very high-level fight, very anticipated. I know for a fact it's going to do a whole lot better than Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence, just because both of these men are in the same weight class. They've never been below a weight class or jumped up a weight class or anything of that nature. That's why this fight is going to be... it might be a chess match or it might be a rubber match. We just don't know. It's going to be a lot of hype behind it. I can't wait to see what Wilder does this weekend. I can't wait to see what Joshua does next month. But if we all want this fight to happen, then both sides need to come to agreement. They need to get together and sign their names on the dotted lines. That's it. Appreciate you guys for watching.